All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are we today? Hopefully everything is going good. Today we're going to look at S&P 500, global news, trading news, and then some technicals. So if you like any of that, like the video. It really does help out. But if not, it's all cool. So let's just have a look through. So all right, so S&P on the charts is up 0.30%, and it's at all-time highs. We'll go through the charts a bit later, but overall, the heat map is looking pretty crazy. So overall, it's up, but these two companies here are down 35% and up 35%. So this Oracle company is like, it's obviously a tech company, and it's up. It's to do with like AI and cloud computing and all that. So interesting kind of stuff. But yeah, way above my head to figure out why it jumped 35% and all that kind of stuff. So interesting to look at, but yeah, we'll just move on from there. Overall, very bullish. So yeah. Anyway, overall, the world news, nothing too crazy at the moment. So we'll just skip through. The news is pretty much from here to up. So nothing crazy at all, to be honest. But all right, on calendar news, well, not calendar news, but there was this. I looked through the Bank of Japan monthly report, but there was, yeah, this US economic outlook from Wells Fargo is pretty interesting. So we'll have a look through that. There was a couple of things that stood out. So yeah, right here, we believe in a weakening labor market will push the FOMC to resume cutting the Fed's funds at a rate upcoming meeting on September 16th and 17th. So that's what a lot of people were saying, but yeah, it's not short of hype and all that kind of stuff. So it's interesting to see big institutions saying it instead of just just a blog or something like that. So a lot of people are expecting this, but the other interesting thing, unemployment going up. And where was it? The other interesting thing was all this is interesting. I just don't have an eye for it just yet. So these tables, but definitely interesting. If you could read them very well or quick, it would be interesting for sure. The other one is they're expecting. I forgot where I read it, but they're expecting the next 3 or 4 rate cuts as well. That this chart. This chart says right here. So 4.25, quarter four, 4.75. So, and then it just goes on. So at the moment, we'll skip forward to this where, the USD is at 4.50. So, hopefully start coming down at 25 at a time. So, interesting stuff. So, overall, you can find that on that website. So, it's got a lot of cool things to look at. But, anyway, we'll move on. I'm starting to ramble. So, all right, so Thursday. It is Thursday. So crude oil inventory is pretty self-explanatory. 10-year bond auction, pretty self-explanatory. So the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveys house price balance is just pretty much an index of their surveying the surveys about house prices. So pretty self-explanatory. So Reserve Bank NZ, government Gov speaks. So they've had a lot of news lately, NZD. So, so business survey index is actually a pretty big one. It's like 14,400. 14,400 large manufacturers, which asked the respondents to rate the relative level of general business conditions. So overall health of the economy. Obviously, Japan's a huge economy, and a lot of people do trade Japanese currency as well. A lot of tickers with JPY in them for sure. So a lot of people would find that interesting. Melbourne Institute inflation expectation. Sorry, that's just a report of 6 months into the future of inflation. So nothing really see there too much. So new loans. This I thought I was tripping out yesterday, but it's been happening for a while. Obviously, it's tentative. So, but this has been moving. Yesterday is not there. And then, it's been following the news. So, but today I know I'm not tripping out a bit. But where are we? So, these China news. new loans are pretty self-explanatory. And then M2 money supply is, it's M1 money supply plus it's M2 is like checking, savings, and pretty much like money in circulation and all that. So money that you pretty much see. So that makes sense. All right, so main refinancing. So now we're into euros. So these are all red folders now, so a bit more interesting. So probably move the market a bit more, but main refinancing rate. So I forgot what this is. So it's by the European Central Bank, and it's interest rate of the main refinancing operations that provide the bulk of liquidity to the banking system. So pretty interesting. Monetary policy statement. So they come out at the same time. So I'm pretty sure that will be a breakdown of that. Core CPI month over month. So that's consumer price index plus food and energy. And then you got CPI month over month, and then CPI year over year. But it's a weird because this year over year, I was looking at it before. It says, I don't know if it's the typo. It says it's getting released like monthly, but yeah, maybe it's the typo. Maybe year over year would be, my thinking would be maybe it's just a yearly report, but it says monthly over monthly. So I'll have to dig into that because it's either a typo or it's going a bit above way over my head. So maybe it's, me just having a bit of brain fog. But anyway, and then unemployment claims. That's pretty self-explanatory, just people applying for the dole and all that. So, and then the European Central Bank press conference. So I'm pretty sure that would be, the monetary policy statement would be the policies. And then probably you'd get someone maybe later, talking about all this stuff or giving assurance of what's going on from the European Central Bank. So that's it for Thursday. All right, we'll move on to technicals. I just moved the line from there. So we'll lock all this. All right, so I said to everyone that was funding a private account last night. I didn't do that, so I'm going to do it tonight. And then we'll be on to actually looking at the ledgers and not just looking at these charts. So should be a bit more interesting, a bit more to look at. But forgive me, life's just got in the way. So as of now, what is it? So we had yesterday was here, took Asia low, took Asia high, took Asia low, and then came back. So now it's just retracing, consolidating, and nothing in this video is financial advice, but I'm not too sure where, you're kind of stuck in between this zone and this zone now. So it'd be a hard one. It's taken Asia low, so maybe that's something for you. I'm not too sure, but all right, so we'll move on. Pound is doing the same thing. It's taking this liquidity. Last night it took Asia high, took Asia low. So, and then, just moved up and then retraced down. So nothing too crazy. It's big on time. So what you see is like your timing, your market session. So, markets will move a certain way. And then when the markets change, it will move back a certain way. So a lot of people use that for timings and all that as well. So you can kind of see, I haven't even thought of it until now, but you can kind of see that happening maybe here to a certainty. So like later on in the night it's turned around. So pretty simple. I don't even know if that makes sense, but anyway, today it's just taking low and then it's taking this liquidity here. So as I've said, that's starting to get down to taking out this liquidity. So you could be looking at buys from here, but anyway, it's hard to kind of say with no dog in the fight, I guess. So anyway, we'll move on to USDMX. It's actually starting to break out of these areas that it's been in for a long time. This has always been this is called the exotic pair. So higher in the commissions, not many people trade it, but it's starting to break out of these areas. So that's cool. I've never really seen it consolidating so much and all the rest, but maybe we'll see. But definitely breaking. I thought I locked because it's on a different tab. It's starting to break out of these areas. So interesting that it's coming down, and then we'll see. We'll see with this pair. I like it when it does start to move and all that. I think it's, yeah, good pair to trade for sure. So, all right. And nothing about those technicals was financial advice. I forget that what I'm saying, why I'm doing one take, but yeah, anyway. So S&P 500, right? So as I was saying before that, yeah, it took all-time highs. So interesting stuff, really. Like, as you can kind of see, like taking all-time highs, and then, yeah, it's just interesting to watch because as I was saying last night, that these, every time it takes all-time highs, you just get an influx of data and people thinking they're right, thinking they're wrong. Like, yeah, just the emotions and the egos and what's actually happening as well. Like, you kind of have to sift through a lot of information. Like, you could read someone's opinion piece about this and you could think stuff that you've never thought about the economy and where the economy is going, or like vice versa. So you kind of, and these opinions are built up over decades. So yeah, it's interesting listening to people, but obviously it gets a bit tiring as well. But obviously when you're dealing with these kind of index funds, it's not really people moving it. It's just big money. Like it's almost unfathomable the amount of money and infrastructure and people and not dummies as well, like whole math divisions and whole physics divisions and very smart people. So that's what's tiring on the social media side of trading. Like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that someone's been a millionaire, but they've been making 10% or even 2% a week or 3% a week and they've been trading for, they would say they've doing it for 10 years. They'd be, yeah, probably they'd be the richest person on the planet by a long means. So it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. But yeah, these all-time highs and stuff, it just initiates, it puts fire to, yeah, it just puts oxygen to the fire of like all those opinion pieces and yeah, just people thinking they're right and wrong and all that. So anyway, we'll move on. So yeah, actually S&P's up all-time highs, but it's up 0.30% today. NASDAQ is almost at all-time highs as well. So this is an interesting one because yeah, all the tech stocks, as I was saying just before about the emotions and people thinking they're right and wrong and all those data points coming out when that does take all-time highs. Like, NASDAQ is interesting because it's like the tech stock. So there's a lot of like infrastructure getting put into AI at the moment. And these, yeah, the AI stocks and the cloud computing and all that, like it's just so much talking points because people don't know if AI is just going to be a chatbot or like, is it start of like a 300-year cycle or like, you know, or is AI going to be with us in 2000 years and all this kind of stuff? Like, is it start of something bigger than what we can comprehend with these markets? And, you know, and philosophy and all that, this kind of stuff comes into play with tech at the moment. It's not just a stock. People, people think a certain way and all that kind of stuff. So lots of data points coming out. But anyway, NASDAQ is up 0.04% or almost at all-time highs. This was all-time highs nearly a month ago now. So interesting stuff. And then, yeah, the Dow Jones did take all-time highs. So same as I was talking about before, I won't go into it, but yeah. No, sorry, it didn't take all-time highs, sorry. All-time highs are here, so nearly. Yeah, maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. I don't really understand indexes and all that kind of stuff and what really moves them. And to be fair, I don't really know about Forex or anything. Yeah, it's just who's right, who's wrong. You just have to play it out and roll those dice, and hopefully it's hopefully, yeah, at the moment it's just a sunk cost fallacy, like and you kind of have to trust the whole process. But anyway, this is down 0.48%. As you can see, it's kind of retraced, almost taking it out. But yeah, anyway, yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know for sure. It does help out. Yeah, or any questions. Ideally, I want to find people that in the same position or vice versa. It would be cool to talk to people about this kind of stuff for sure. Even if you're winning or losing or whatever position you're in, like yeah, it'd just be interesting for sure. So anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow for sure. So hopefully have a good day, I guess. Cheers. Thanks.